Dungeons & Dragons is the largest role-playing game of the moment. It may have been created in the 70s, but it is growing at an exponential rate. That's because it's fantastic. But what is it exactly? Let me explain. D&D is a story-led adventure in a make-believe setting which is largely improvised by the players and the one person running the game, known as the DM or the Dungeon Master. The player chooses a character which has statistics assigned to that choice, and that equates to numbers you have to roll on a die. You will have all of these things wrote on a piece of paper or digital, known as the character sheet. In its essence, the DM paints a picture of the scene, and the players, acting as their chosen avatars, do almost anything that they can imagine their characters would do. Or at least they can attempt to do it. The dice rolls the players make will gauge the effectiveness and success rate of that attempt. Let's say that the DM describes a scene like this. You find yourselves in a square room, 40 foot by 40 foot, with one door, two tables, bookshelves, some barrels, and there's a red box upon the biggest table, along with other scientific paraphernalia. Test tubes, bubbling water, unknown mixtures, and all sorts of different tools lie on the table. The players can then freely say what they want their characters to do. The players can then operate their characters freely in any order they wish. Player 1, for example, might say, I want to walk over to the door, try and get out. Player 2 might say, I want to walk to the table, open the box, look inside, see if I want to take it. Player 3 might say, I stand, pick my nose, just humming to myself, watching the others. There's really no rules. Yeah, you can do whatever you want to a point. The Dungeon Master will then respond to what you want to do. Player 3, you hum to yourself and pick your nose and just watch the others go about their business. Player 2, you look around the box, lift off the lid, inside you find a diamond, some gold and a dagger. Player 1, you find the door is locked. Make a strength check to try and pull the door open. Player 2 will roll a d20, a 20-sided die, and then try and beat the number that the DM sets. That number is called a DC, a difficulty class. Let's say your strength number says +2, then you roll your d20 and add 2. Let's say you rolled a 10. Adding your character's personal +2 to strength, you rolled a 12. If the DM had set the difficulty at 11, then you managed to pull the door open. So the game evolves with all these in-the-moment decisions and then dice rolls, writing the game in real time. It's like actors on a theatre stage, interacting with the set that has been pre-made up. The DM's pre-written environments and scenes can be spontaneously thrown in the bin though, as players ask to go places that hadn't been prepared for, or ask questions which weren't anticipated by the DM. This is actually quite often where the fun itself lies. The unpredictability. The players have almost total autonomy within the confines of the setting. This is the beauty of the experience, and can form experiences which become real-life memories as you play. So if the players control a character like they would in a computer game, but without the literal confines of the level design, then what else does the DM do? Every other person, animal, god, magical talking sword, or monster is played, controlled and voiced by the DM. And they have to respond to what players do, on the spot, in real time. You are all improvising, imagining and creating something unique and original. Now the monsters and all other inhabitants also have numbers to roll, based on their own statistics. The monster manual covers the bulk of all that. The campaigns are the pre-written stories which have all the locations, maps, enemies, allies and lore of the adventure, and this is the main sandbox play area within which the players play the game. Health points determine life or death. Treasures sprinkled through the world and experiences had will cause your characters to level up, meaning you have more health, hit harder, do things with a higher chance of success, and generally be more of a badass. Epic tales of fantasy adventure and glorious battles lay ahead, if you open this Pandora's box of wonders. Try it once and see the endless possibilities of the fun this game guarantees. I'm going to make more videos going step by step further into what this game entails, and I hope you join me to learn more. Thanks for watching, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe not to miss the series, and take care. Have fun.